Hey guys, this is Bharat and welcome to Bharat's Kitchen with Domino's Garlic Breadsticks. It's one of my favorite dishes and you'll be surprised how simple it is. Okay, so we're gonna begin with some lukewarm water and active dry yeast. Now to activate the yeast, we need to give it some food. So we're gonna add some sugar and some all-purpose flour. Then we'll go ahead and mix everything together and wait for at least 10 to 15 minutes for the yeast to activate. Now, how do you know that the yeast is activated? So basically, you'll be able to see some small bubbles and the batter will be a little bit cloudy. Now, at this point, we're gonna add some olive oil, some melted butter, which is salted by the way. We're gonna add lots and lots of chopped garlic, some salt, and some oregano seasoning. Now, if you don't have oregano seasoning at home, you can use the one which Domino's provides with its pizzas, or you can watch my video on Domino's oregano seasoning and make the same seasoning at home. Now I've already added the required amount of water because it becomes quite easier to adjust the flour instead of water to form a dough. I know that you're totally lazy, but we're not going to add the rest of the flour together. Instead, we'll add the flour in 3 batches. So we'll add the first batch right now and mix until the yeast mixture turns into a thick batter. At this point, we're going to add a second batch of flour and mix it until it becomes like a sticky dough. Now I could have gone with a KitchenAid stand mixer, but you know what? Not everybody has those and almost anybody can use their hands. Well anyways, as it is, I'm a pretty buffed up masculine guy so it was not an issue for me. Okay, so finally on a flat surface, we're gonna drain our leftover flour and knead the sticky dough for about 10 to 15 minutes. And it is a very crucial step because we want our gluten to develop. So after kneading the dough for about 15 minutes, I added some oil so that the dough can become easy to work with. I know people traditionally use flour to work with the dough, but trust me, adding oil will make a difference. We'll knead the dough at least 5 minutes more because developing gluten is the main key. Alright, so now in a well-oiled bowl, oil till the edge kind of a bowl, we're gonna let our dough rest for 18 to 24 hours. That's right, if you want a bread to taste good and which does not smell like sour milk, then go for the cold fermentation method. And please, no commenting in the comment section that, oh my god, 24 hours is a hell of a lot of time, man. Just cover it with clear wrap and let it rest. So after 24 hours in the refrigerator, the dough has doubled in size and you'll get a nice fermented dough. And if you'll smell the dough, you'll smell that the dough would smell like fresh and not at all like sour milk. And that's something that you really want in a yeast dough. So I'm just gonna puncture my dough and flatten it so that I can cut it in 4 equal sizes. And now if you'll feel the dough, you'll feel that it's pretty dense than 24 hours earlier. So I'm just gonna flatten the dough and then cut them into 4 equal size and make them into 4 small balls. So the official method is to tuck the dough from the edges towards the bottom in a circular motion, which is pretty much what I've shown you. But you can also go with the normal method. You know, I had to show at least some techniques. Now on a flat surface, sprinkle some all-purpose flour and we're gonna coat our dough in flour, cover it with clean wrap and let it rest for 10 minutes. I know what question is coming in your mind right now, that is the dough still cold? Well, the answer to this is yes. And in the meanwhile, we're gonna coat our baking tray with lots and lots of butter around the edge until it's dredged. At this point, I'm gonna use the same oregano seasoning that I made in my previous video. You can watch that video, or you can read about Domino's oregano seasoning in my blog post, or you can also use the same oregano seasoning which Domino's provides with its pizzas. We're gonna sprinkle generous amount of seasoning at the bottom of the tray. Now on a flat surface, we're gonna sprinkle lots of cornmeal, which is the main ingredient behind the crispy crust of garlic bread. And with the help of my fingers, I'll try to make a circular shape. You can also use a rolling pin for this. It's just that don't make it very thin. Now remember, I've applied cornmeal to only one side of the base. We're just going to flip the base from one side and make it into a semicircle. Remove all the excess cornmeal from both the sides and squeeze the bread gently on the edges. At this point, it's crucial that you transfer your bread to the baking tray and then with the help of knife or a dough cutter, cut the bread into breadsticks. But remember, you don't have to go all the way through and apply lots of butter. Finally, drizzle lots and lots of oregano seasoning and just pop it into a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 5 minutes and then again at 220 degrees for 5 minutes more, or until they look like this. But wait, don't be tempted to dig in right now. Let it rest for at least 10 minutes more and then enter the world of heaven. Well, trust me guys, it tastes absolutely same to the Domino's garlic breadstick. You can just see how similar it is. And it's not just similar, it is exactly same. Trust me. So there you go guys, Domino's garlic breadstick. If you liked the video, do give it a thumbs up and you'll find all the information and the ingredients in my blog post. So don't worry about it. And thanks for watching this video. Until then, I'll see you all next time.